Subsequently, a hilarious thing happened. Draupadi got the opportunity to speak to Sri Krishna privately. She said, Shyam Sundar, you knew the trouble I was in. Why did you not intervene? Sri Krishna said, Draupadi, I did intervene. Ari Maharaj, why did you take so long? When Draupadi was dragged by Dushasan into the assembly of the Kauravas, she came there and Dushasan said, Savdhan. Draupadi looked at Bhimsen. Now, if a wife's husband is a big man, then she's got that pride. Don't you know my husband is police commissioner? Is that the way you should speak to me? Draupadi's husband is Bhimsen. So Draupadi naturally had the pride. When Dushasan said, attention, Draupadi looked at Bhimsen and Bhimsen put his head down. She looked at Gandiv Dhari Arjun, he'll come and break his head. Arjun also put his head down. She looked at Yudhishthir, he'll whack him. Yudhishthir also put his head down. They had lost in gambling. She looked at the big Dharma Acharyas there. Bhishma was present, Kripacharya, Dronacharya, Vidur. There also there was disappointment. Now Draupadi took Swabal Ashray. I can do something. She got that cheer in her mouth. Draupadi was no ordinary lady. Draupadi is included in the Panch Kanyas. So externally, she was married. 5 husbands. Internally, she was a maiden. She had tremendous power as a consequence. So she got the cheer in her mouth but started remembering Sri Krishna just a little bit. Hey, Murli Wale. And Sri Krishna was in Dwarka with Rukmini when that Chintan started. Now Sri Krishna knows everything. He became serious. The morsel in the mouth is not going inside, the morsel in the hand is not going in the mouth. He is looking. Rukmini said, Maharaj, what kind of Leela is this? What do you mean? Arey, aap Leela dhari hai, but what kind of Leela is this? This is some stone in the food. Rukmini's serious matter has come. Draupadi is in trouble. Go and save. What to do? I have my rules. Ye yatha maham prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham. I have to reciprocate based upon the surrender of the soul. She doesn't have faith in my protection. She has got faith in her own protection. The sadhan bal. Now Bhagwan knows the inner bhav of the devotee. So what could Draupadi do? Dushasan had the strength of an elephant. Now suppose Draupadi also had the strength of an elephant. The cloth did not have that much strength, it would tear. So when Dushasan gave a tug, it slipped. And immediately Draupadi, she rejected Swabal Ashray. Anyashrayanam tyago ananyata. Naradji says, in your heart, to have all your faith reposed in the grace of God. Draupadi reached that state. She lifted her hands and screamed, Govinda Dwarika Vasin. Now the surrender was complete. Sri Krishna's wait was over. The cheer kept on increasing and increasing and increasing. And Dushasan is pulling and saying, what is the matter? Which mill was this cloth made in? Just doesn't end. Sari bich nari hai ki nari bich sari hai ki nari hai ki nari hai ki sari hai. He fainted unconscious out there. And this kind of Sharanagati that Draupadi did is what Jagadguru Ramanujacharya talked about. He is the sadhan and he is the sadhya. You can do it while listening to the pravachan and Bhagavad Prapti will happen. By his grace, your mind will be controlled. But if you say, Swamiji, what is the hurry? Let this week pass by. In the weekend, we'll do Sharanagati. All right. No, that is a bit too soon. I have got so many other agendas right now. Or somebody says, no, this life I have my doubts. I choose my doubts. You know, the communist philosophy is there, Charvak is this. I'm not so sure there is a God. Next life I'll do it. Ari Baba, you do it after 100 lives. But remember, when you do that kind of Sharanagati, alone will that ultimate Samadhi be reached. There will be no compromise in the divine principle. Subsequently, a hilarious thing happened. Draupadi got the opportunity to speak to Sri Krishna privately. She said, Shyam Sundar, you knew the trouble I was in. Why did you not intervene? Sri Krishna said, Draupadi, I did intervene. Ari Maharaj, why did you take so long? Draupadi, you called and I came. No, even after my calling, there was moments delay. I was counting the microseconds because if there was a few more milliseconds delay, it would be too late. Sri Krishna said, Draupadi, the mistake was from your side. You know I am God. Of course. You know I am everywhere. Of course. You know I am sitting in your heart. Yes, Maharaj. Then you created this bhav. Govinda Dwarika Vasen. Oh, Sri Krishna who's in Dwarka, come and help. I was sitting inside. When you said like that, I went running to Dwarka. Then I came running back. जैसो जीव करे प्यार तैसो करे प्यार यार. Kripalji Maharaj says, मन तेरो सांचो यार Brajraj Kumar. So, Sharanagati is not the name of a sadhana. I did 108 Ashwamedh Yagya. This is Sharanagati? No. Sharanagati is the state of sadhanhinata. Nirbal ke bal ram. Nirbal. जब लगी गज बल अपनो बरत्यो नेकू सरयो नहीं काम. As long as Gajraj had faith on his strength, the work was not done. Nirbal हुए जब नाम पुकारियो आए आधे नाम. So Kripalaji Maharaj, he puts it so well. He says, Sab sadhana sampanna kah Puchat sab sansar. The world asks for you if you have got sadhan. But God doesn't. Whom does God ask for? Sadhanahina prapannakah Puchat Nanda Kumar. Who from inside thinks, I have only one sadhan. All my faith is in the grace of God. Some brilliant philosophers in India say there is no God. You yourself are God. Aham Brahmasmi. So if you yourself are God and he's saying surrender to God, what does it mean? Surrender to yourself. This is the viewpoint given by someone. Sri Krishna is saying that tameva sharanam gaccho, surrender to him. Now somebody interprets Sri Krishna is saying surrender to yourself. So the same question can arise out here. Is Maharshi Patanjali an Advaiti? Is he saying surrender to yourself? So he says, absolutely not. The God I am talking about is not the Jiva. I am talking about that supreme being who is beyond all the kleshas, panchaklesh, who is beyond the three karmas and their effects, and who is beyond desires, who is nirgrant. That God, that supreme divine personality. So, is any one of us beyond the five kleshas? avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, bhinivesha, klesha. There are 5 kleshas. Like asmita. What is asmita? Pride. Everybody's got it. Once 3 people were sitting in a park and they started doing gup, boasting to each other. One said, "Arey bhai, my face resembles that of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. People look at me and say, Netaji, you came back?" The other said, "It's no big deal. My face resembles that of Mahatma Gandhi. People look at me and say, Bapu." The third said, "So what? Do you know whom my face resembles?" The other 2 said, "Who?" He said, "It resembles God." Now the other 2 got suppressed. They said, "Who gave you this misconception that your face resembles God?" He said, "The jailer told me last time I went to jail for the 4th time, and the jailer looked at me and said, 'Oh God, you have come back again.'" Pride, everybody's got it. So pride, abhinivesh, the fear of death, rag, attachment, dvesh, hatred, avidya, the ignorance. These are the panchaklesh that are tormenting the soul, and the 3 karmas. Sanchit, your karmas of endless lifetimes, endless. Dhritarashtra asked Shri Krishna after the Mahabharata. He said, "Keshav, somebody's one child dies and they are so unhappy. My 100 children died in front of me, and I, an old man, am bearing the grief. What karmas did I do for this?" Shri Krishna said, "Not in this life. Do you remember your past life?" He said, "No." Shri Krishna blessed him with memory. He said, "Not in that life also." Past life? Not in that also. Past? Not there. Shri Krishna showed him 50 lives ago. And he explained, in that time he was a hunter. And at that time he had blinded a swan. And he had killed its 100 children. And that karma took so many lifetimes to bear fruit. So the point is, we all have sanchit karmas of endless lifetimes. The second is prarabdha. From that sanchit, God takes out one portion. Bear with it now. In this life, the result of your own karmas, bear with it. And the third is the karmas we are doing by our free will, kriyaman. So, Patanjali says, I am talking about God who is beyond these 3. He says, the God I am talking about is Sarvagya. Now, a jiva who does yogic sadhana, when the mind becomes focused, they start developing siddhis or mystic abilities. Maharishi Patanjali says, if your mind is focused like this, you'll get this ability. If it's focused like that, you'll get that ability. And then he concludes by saying, all these mystic abilities are worthless. They are just shining pieces of glass and not the real treasure of the soul. That is why, when Bhagavan Ram said to Kagbhushundi, Mahangu var, Ati prasanna moijan, animadik siddhi, apar nidhi, moksha sakala sukha khan. Kagbhushundi, do you want yogic siddhis? Walking on water, transpolating objects? Kagbhushundi said, Maharaj, am I the only one you found to make a buddhu today? Arey Kagbhushundi, I am giving you so much. Maharaj, I am not interested in all these trinkets. If you want to give me avirala bhakti vishuddha tava shruti purana jahi gav, give me your vishuddha bhakti, your para bhakti. या निर्भरा भक्ति, द रियल ट्रेजर। कबीरा सब जग निर्धना, धनवंता नहीं कोय, धनवंता सोई जानिए जाही प्रेम धन होय। द ट्रेजर ऑफ डिवाइन लव, महाराज। So, a yogi may become antaryami. What is antaryami? The ability to find out what the other is thinking. But a yogi doesn't know what you thought 5 years ago. That God knows. God knows what everybody is thinking because He's sitting inside. Now, if I ask you, what were you thinking 3 hours, 33 minutes and 20 seconds ago? You say, Swamiji, am I a computer? We don't have that kind of fantastic memory. But God knows what we thought from the time we were born till today. He has to keep an account of our karmas. And not only of this life, all our past lives as well. And not only of one soul. There are infinite universes. Within that each universe, within that each loka, within that each country, within that each city, each subdivision, each house, and the innumerable souls in each house. See, we don't realize there are so many pathogens. Wherever there is life, there is the soul. There are plants in your garden, all the grass, etc. God knows all of this. That is Sarvagya. So Patanjali is saying, when I am asking you to surrender to Bhagavan, I am not saying in the Advaiti sense. I am saying surrender to Parabrahma, Param Brahma, Param Dhama. That is supreme. So, the point to note is this. Jagadguru Ramanujacharya expressed it very well. He said, there are 3 kinds of sadhaks who do bhakti. For some, the sansar is sadhya and Bhagavan is sadhan. God is the means to attain the world. If I do bhakti, I'll get worldly blessings. Now, this is the common rule. Jai Jagadish Hare. Sukha sampati ghar aave, kashta mite tanaka. So, Bhagavan is the sadhan and sansar is the sadhya. This is the first category. Second category. For them, sansar is the sadhan and Bhagavan is the sadhya. Means I will do yog, yagya, jap, tap, vat, puja and I will attain God. So the yog, yagya, jap, tap, vat, puja you're doing with the material body, mind and senses. It is a material sadhan. If you are thinking by material sadhan, you will get divine goal. So sansar is the sadhan and Bhagavan is the sadhya. And the third people, they realize my sadhan is now finished. Bhagavan's grace is my sadhan. All my faith is nowhere but in your grace, my Lord. So Bhagavan is now the sadhan and Bhagavan is the sadhya. When you understand that, then the Sharanagati becomes serious.